The importance of emotional integrity in a relationship. In addition to emotional intelligence, there is emotional integrity. It is an important dimension in building happy and lasting relationships. Emotional integrity in a relationship involves honesty and the ability to relate to the one you love in a sincere and respectful way. Being determined to acknowledge your partner's feelings without judging them, while knowing how to control your own selfishness, is a sign of a mature and fulfilling relationship. Unfortunately, many people lack this dimension or exercise it only sporadically. Integrity is associated with the ability to act correctly in accordance with certain values. A person of integrity is respectful and sincere, acts morally correct, regardless of the circumstances. But this practice in the emotional realm is a little different. Honesty is associated with emotional regulation, with a more intimate respect for yourself and above all for others. It means validating your partner's needs, knowing what you feel, and expressing it with courage and respect, even if those feelings are painful or complicated. A person can be a person of integrity, yet lack emotional integrity. Emotional integrity in a relationship. It may seem contradictory, but you can fall in love with a person of integrity who does not practice emotional integrity. This is because the two things are not connected. For example, a person can be loyal, disciplined, congruent, respectful, humble and responsible. But when he or she feels hurt, angry, frustrated or scared, he or she may hide it. In fact, as humans, we have an almost innate tendency to hide what we feel. Strange as it is reinforced in many respects. For example, you can suddenly become angry about something specific without telling your partner. You simply wait for him or her to discover it. Or maybe you avoid arguments because you don't know how to handle stress. You might even project it onto your partner. There are many types of repetitive and immature behavior that often occur in relationships. For example, you may be a brilliant person who always does the right thing socially, but in a relationship you act with the emotional intelligence of a 3-year-old. So let's look at what it means to know how to practice emotional integrity. Emotional integrity is extremely fragile. There are times when you can better regulate it and more complicated moments when it is difficult for you to exercise it in a healthy way. What you feel does not always determine your behavior. Emotional integrity is directly related to respect and self-respect. If you always get carried away by your emotions, you will tend to act impulsively. It is easy to regret your decisions and actions when you are motivated by negatively charged emotions. In a relationship, authentic respect is exercised by being able to regulate the more complicated emotions. Just because someone loves you doesn't mean you can take your daily frustrations out on him or her. Emotional integrity involves self-control. It's something you need to learn as soon as possible. Difficult situations are not avoided, they are resolved. One thing that definitely creates distance in a relationship is when one of the partners avoids difficult situations. Some people simply prefer to avoid problems. Others run away from arguments and prefer to let time pass and hopefully things will work themselves out. Practicing emotional integrity in a relationship means knowing how to make agreements, listen to your partner, propose solutions, handle any difficulties between you, and not shirk or shift responsibility onto him or her. Consistency between what one says and what one does. Research conducted by the University of Michigan, USA, emphasizes the importance of congruence in emotional integrity. They suggest that having partners who are always consistent with what they feel, think, and do gives us confidence and makes us feel safe. So if you have a partner like this, you feel calm because you assume that you are with someone who will always act the same way no matter what. On the other hand, an unpredictable person who does the opposite of what he or she says and tells you things he or she doesn't mean has no emotional integrity. People who are consistent with what they think, feel and do provide security and a sense of calm because they are not prone to impulsive behavior. Emotional integrity in a relationship means practicing honesty. Honesty in a relationship means being sincere and revealing one's deepest feelings to one's partner. It involves explaining your most confusing and painful feelings to him or her, even if it is difficult for you to struggle to find the right words. It is not easy because you may think that it is better not to share your fears with your partner. Perhaps you are afraid to show your vulnerability, speak with an open heart and reveal yourself as you really are. You may not fear being understood or being misjudged. But if you want to build a meaningful, sincere, and happy relationship, you need to make use of this type of integrity. It will add well-being and authenticity to your relationship. It's worth a try.